1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. TOM, teachers of my eye. Who am I? Today the scribe, been forever, but the name changes with the times. I come from a place where space is home. I go into realms where your face is gone. A change gon' come. As a teen, hypnotized deep in a sleep, party and slumber. 11 life path number, a life of death that's rebirth. Recall realities to reemerge. Soul purge, I'll lend you frequency like loan words. Before I teach, I spit a poem first. Step on stage, set the stage, car walking, set ablaze, divine fire. The body is divine attire, sewn from words, sound frequency, awakening dreams. Don't pinch me every day I wake up, it's a home birth. Start from zero to become the heroes. Cycles of time causes expansion of mind. Potential is exponential. Gain XP, what your power made of. I've had to face self, face to fate, a double fate. What will I make of the present? I'm just trying to pet heaven. Twice great, 2 arms up is none to wave. It's nothing to wave. God separate the waters from the waters. Genesis 1 and 6. See, that source is thousands of years prior to a Bible even existing. It's called the pet, word for heaven. Watchers of noon, primordial, pre-ordered, bringing order in order. Its law the scales will represent. A double gift, re-present, Ray is present. Ra, amen to the God inside. The crown will glow as consciousness grows. So what assignment are you on? Doubles. Bodies from walking. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, corona shining. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, corona shining. Serpent mind winding in alignment. Straight from Orion, the origins. Dig into the root, Kim originals, the oracle speaking. Your aura is gleaming. The sons of God, Amen, Ra. Who can't afford a reason to fall below your own means, meaning reaching beyond the firmament ceiling. I see linguistics tricking us deep into sleeping. The way we live inception, I must be dreaming. Doubles, double L, square roots, mirrors, reverse the image. My grip is slipping. Almost forgot the point of the mission. Statement, point out all the contradictions. Blatant, truth lives where my eye is foundation. Yeah, co-founded a nation. Dictionary, study, spells can be scary. Etymology, this here is completion. Cycle circles, dualism, wisdom. I peddle flowers. 2 eyes are watching to see through the double realm I'm healing. Never out of what's within him. Infinite reasons, just like my brother Arcad. Always remain calm against demons. Death culture, to be alive here, it's a lie here. They crossed us into thinking that death isn't living. The lies are falling through my palms, arm wide, holes in my hand. The Pope's in command, I demand the throne back. Ancient teachings, I'm a throwback. Picture that, see this moment here is cold that. So black, I see through lies. Why they hold that, ocean motions, I'm flowing through noon in the boats of consciousness. My tongue is rolling, planting seeds, sowing, knee of speaking, untangled quantum DNA, spitting frequencies. I hear Christians scream hallelujah, and this ain't that the name of God is God. I must bring the order back, the scales are tipping. In the court of Allah, moonshine, Tehuti is Yah. This here is Ptah, bulldozing, the one chosen. Focus, when the light hits you, just open like lotus. Melt your mind when in mind time is frozen. Blow minds, my mind is golden. Coat me in gold, I've got a gold coat round me like I'm Tutankhamun. Like his, when you spell my name, put 3 lines in. Scribe, presenting the law's findings. Who's he? I me, an echo of Tehuti. Yes, I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, corona shining. We do our best to do our best. SCRIBAL Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worth it. Attaining a purpose while searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it, their soul cannot take it. Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow, we're the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed 'em. You cannot read them, vibrations that none of them speak. Walk a metal netter, light his feather is heavy to learn that your will isn't free. Natural willing, I continue to lead with my ebas. I'm sweeping my consciousness clean. Training in realms that are unseen, my aura is summons set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my eye, this is all seeing. I we supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting and this year. Wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are all hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. It's time to set off the alarm. The performance self-harm. Don't you know you're a star? God in human form and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famine expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing a hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and the God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have distinction between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat, and I command it. I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my eye, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the all. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
You and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore in Ma'at. HOTEP.
I look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lethal, flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lethal, flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu, I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of HERU, I am him. King, crown, rings, Nesu, I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of HERU. Words powerful, Hekau. See proof, you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. But I is now speaking through me and trust me. HOTEP. Peace and love, everyone. HOTEP, great brother, Primordial Thought 9. Welcome to the house of Aten. And before we get started, we'll start with the affirmation as we always do. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Anki Ima'at, Un In Es, Nintet Aset Ima'at, Men Hepapet Ima'at, Her In Hu Kiui, Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day, I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. All right, HOTEP, everyone. Peace and love. It is the Great Brother Primordial Thought 9's presentation this evening. The Great Brothers Atefrem Kim Ma'at and Menku Ara Mary Ma'at are in travels. They're in travels right now, so definitely sending them much HOTEP and protection as they travel and make it back to their home safely. So Henu to the Great Brothers Menku Ara Mary Ma'at and Atefrem Kim Ma'at. I myself, my name is Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti. I am the Sab Sesh of the House of Aten, and I am a teacher of knowledge, spoken word artist. I'm a creator. I awaken the sleepers, and I heal the chosen ones through sound vibrational tone and conscious light. A wisdom door opener, and I am the lead organizer of the House of Aten. And then we have our great brother here, Primordial Thought 9, who is a seeker of divine wisdom, the wisdom with universal structure, the wisdom that remains the same from every perspective, the wisdom that adapts to any interaction, the wisdom that creates silence, and the wisdom that sustains the House of Aten. Henu, and welcome, great brother Primordial Thought. How are you doing? You're on mute, great brother.
All right, can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, fantastic. No, I'm feeling good, feeling great. You know, class was really good yesterday from the great Saba Tehuti. It just, you know, you just get a lot of similar synchronicity on certain topics or things of that nature, or just enjoying the studies, man. Let me just put it that way. Just enjoying the studies. You know, my mind gets to going. It gets my my cool going, and you know, just I get all these kind of visions, man, and I just want to keep and see. What I like about doing these presentations is that it definitely challenges me. It keeps me in the studies. It pushes a side of me that I need to continue to train, and it doesn't allow me to be complacent or, you know, taking days off. It forces me to be able to stay consistent and continue to do what you great brothers do day in and day out. So I just want to hold my part up of the House of Aten and just continue to train and practice. And this is my training. This is my practice. I'm trying to be just as comfortable as you, great brother. You make it look very easy, but I know you put in a lot of hard work. So to for being an example, great brother.
Yes, absolutely, great brother. You're doing amazing. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, to challenge a part of yourself that may not necessarily be something that is too comfortable, and to do it live in front of the world. It puts you in a different state of mind, and as you said, you get to exercise in different muscles that you didn't know you had, and it just all around pushes and excels you in every aspect, right? And this is why it's so beautiful, the platform that we've created, and allowing the HERU, the great House of Aten members, to get in the ring and see what it's like to, get in stance and, throw a couple jabs and strengthen up that fighting stance, because this is what we're doing. So it's a wonderful thing, and you're definitely leading by example in that way. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm definitely looking forward to this class. All your classes are fire and full of wisdom, full of guidance, and this is what is needed in today's time. So HERU to you, great brother, for stepping up to the plate and being consistent. That's a beautiful thing. So HERU to you, great brother. Let's give some shout outs in the chat here. Let's start with the first person here, which was the wonderful Angela Gates, who says peace and love. HOTEP Marie, HOTEP to you, Angela Gates, to all for being here and being consistent. Davy on Lamar, I am here. Excellent, glad to have you here, HOTEP. We have Hefe in the building, great HERU member, HOTEP family, peace and love. We have the wonderful House of Aten social media manager, Antu, here, who says Tua HOA, Ku Siamiu M Ma'at at Kerbet Sen Isfet. Thank you, HOA. And we'll close out this sentence with the great moderator, Anu, who says, the shining one who lives upon right and truth. Without deceit, they abominate wickedness. Absolutely. HERU, and to our great brother Anu and wonderful sister Antu. Anu is our moderator, and he's the one who will be posting all of our links to all of the different places that everyone needs to know here. And he already posted the support links, which are pinned to the top of the chat. So be sure to utilize those support links that are pinned to the top. So that way you can support us, support what we're doing, and so we can continue to keep pushing forward and elevating. So HOTEP, we have the wonderful Minty HOTEP in the building. HOTEP, HOA, Neb Nefer Ankh, Neb Nefer Marie Ankh. Absolutely. To our HOTEP. Minty, glad to have you here and present with us. Wonderful sister. Tua for being here with us. All right, we have Nukpu, Ma'akaru Amun who says Ma'at, Hotep Natiru, peace and love. Good brother Nukpu. Stephen E, also known as Oxafek, is here with us. Hotepu Ma'at, Hotepu per Aten Marie Ankh Dejed. Hotep to the wonderful brother Oxafek. And we have the lovely Nefer Keperet, Hotep Marie. Hotep Marie, peace and love. She says that thumbnail is fire. Tua, Clouded Judgment. Let's go.
Yo, let's go.
All right. Hefe says Primordial Thought 9 has become one of my favorite presenters. Hotep. Hefe excited for tonight's teaching. Absolutely. Squano's here with us. He says, peace, everyone. Peace, good brother Squano. Jabby jabs. Yeah, just a little jabby jab. Angela Gates says, get in formation. Absolutely. I'm ready. Put me in line for, you making it public? What we putting you in line for? He says he's ready. Nukpu. All right. Looking forward to that, great brother Nukpu. Message me, reach out to me. Sherry Ka Akir Raz here, Uncle Justin Neb, ready for Primordial Prime Time. Yes, let's go. Maharu, Hotep, HERU, HOA. And we have the lovely Gabriela Lopez. It's great to be here with everyone. Much Marie and peace to all. Peace to all, yes, absolutely. Okay, so before we let the great brother begin his presentation, we'll give a couple of announcements. First one, definitely want to put the houseofatten.org donation links here. Cash App and PayPal, House of Aten. And this is how you support everything that we are doing. So please, if you benefit from anything that we present tonight or overall from the community that we're building, this is a movement, this is a community, and it is definitely one that is built upon Ma'at, which is a reciprocity system. And so if you all appreciate or support what we're doing, please utilize these links. And if you do not have Cash App or PayPal, you can visit the website houseofatten.org /donate, and you can support there as well. So Tua and Hotep to all the great MERU. Mer is the meta word for supporter or partisan, which also creates the word for love and water. And so this is the vibrational tone that you receive within the community when you help to support what we are doing. So Hinu and Tua to all the great Meru, Tua to all the great Heru, which are the members of the House of Aten. And I'll show how you all can be sure to join in with that and become a family member within the household of the Aten here. So Tua and Hinu to everyone who are supporters and who are members. And so let me share the screen to houseofatten.org. And here we are. Welcome to the House of Aten. And this is our home website that has everything that you all could need or want when it comes to supporting the House of Aten and supporting the Natiru, right? And so here are the membership levels: 1, 2, 3. Ua Kin Samet, which is the meta words for 1, 2, and 3. Keru Ua, Keru Sin, and Keru Kemet. So there's 3 different tiers. And depending on what you would like to contribute to the House of Aten and the benefits that you would like to receive, you can choose the tier of your liking. So Tua and Hinu to all the great Heru for transitioning over into this system here. Truly appreciate everyone for doing that, and for all the new members who are coming aboard. So Hotep and Tua for everyone. And here is some of the apparel products. We have hoodies, long sleeves, short sleeves, House of Aten merch that you all can just go here. Covering drawstring that you can use for many different things, but it's a covering for the head. And we're consistently adding more products and more items here. And we also have youth clothing as well. So go get your children House of Aten merch as well. And because this is what it's all about, is the youth and being able to raise up the children in such pure frequencies. And when you start at these ages and even younger, this is how we begin to raise up Natiru once again on this planet. So Tua and Hinu to all the great parents out there, and definitely utilize the children's merch as well. And we have ebooks from the great Saba Tehuti, Stepping Out of the Matrix, Volume 1, Melanin Dark Consciousness. Everyone should have these 2 books. And for all the new people who are watching, definitely go here and purchase these 2 ebooks. They're absolutely phenomenal. This is what actually started the House of Aten when we were the teachings of Ma'at. It was Stepping Out of the Matrix, Volume 1. So if you go to our very first 13 videos, it's going through and reading, and this is where we first started to begin putting together our own presentations and teaching. And it was this was the book that initiated that process. So Stepping Out of the Matrix. So everyone go here and support our social media. Here is our link tree. So everyone can follow us on all platforms, and it's also up here as well: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, which is X now. Follow us on all these platforms and help us build our social medias as we're continuing to expand. So Hinu to the wonderful sister Antu who is doing a fantastic job at making sure our social medias are being filled with content. So all of our long form videos that you see here are chopped down. Subtitles are placed on them, and they're posted to all these different platforms, so you can get small lessons in our social media platforms. So HOTEP and Tuah for everyone who's following there, as well as the Spotify. So we also have a Spotify, all right, which is the Tehuti pod class and the House of Aten Sunday classes here. And this is the audio form only, so no video, just audio, and all of the excess is cut, and it's just getting straight to the teachings, some of the panel discussions, but mostly just the teachings here, as you see the times here. So this is a great way to just carry with you throughout your day, and just be able to listen directly to the teachings here at the Spotify. So Henu to the lovely sister Sherry Ka in the chat, who is responsible for running the Spotify here. So Tuah for that. All right, and here's our link tree. We also have a Patreon as well, where we post discussions that are not just available to the public here. So you can sign up for here. It's this $5 tier. And we have wonderful discussion debates with the great Saba Tehuti, and there's so much coming down the line for everyone all of the supporters of the Patreon, the HERU members. If you're a member here on YouTube, we have a lot of content coming for you all, and some wonderful, great opportunities, because you all are the reason why we're able to be here and expand at the rate that we are. So Henu and Tuah to all the great supporters. So definitely come here and support the Patreon as well. And Tuah for everyone who does that. And lastly, I would like to also show another website. So for the tones that you hear in the beginning of the live, through the countdown and through the intro, is tones that I create, and I also have a website that you can go to and download the music, right? And so here we are, Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti, scribe.io, and I also have I'm gonna be going through another domain name, and I'll explain some of the process of what I'm doing, and as an artist to establish some things. So to offer everyone who keeps up with everything and all the music, so you can go here for now, scribe.io, and here is a new tone that I released to the public called Dua. And these are free downloads. You can download this for free, or you can just put in a support price if you want to support the music. If you want to support me, you can just put in any price you like. But if you just want to download it, you can just put in 0.00 and you can download it. So I want to give a special shout out in Henu to Primordial Thought 9, as well as Oxafet. Those are two brothers who have supported this single right here. And have sent me either a Cash App here at Cash App Aten Tehuti, or did the download here. So Henu to those two great brothers for supporting my tones and my music, and truly appreciating the time, energy, and effort that goes into creating these type of tones. So you can go here and SCRIBAL Sessions Volume 1, a full-length project, 13 songs here. You can go here and listen to, and also download. There's a new album I'm working on, so I'll look forward to bringing that forward to everyone. So Tuah and HOTEP for that, and we are also working on a mobile app for the House of Aten, and I also have a mobile app for my tones, so you can go and just have the app on your phone and listen to the music. as well as utilizing the website, making purchases, and going into the membership access area, because there will be classes very soon, a curriculum of classes to go through many different various topics for all the great HERU. My Fundamental Fridays, so you'll have an app on your phone to where you can access all of this. So definitely excited about that. So Tua and Hinu, for everyone who's just coming along with us as we begin to establish and bring things forward that have never been done before. I don't know anyone within the community that people call conscious that have a website like us, that has the store like us, to where you can go and you can get a whole bathroom set for the House of Aten. You can go and get notebooks. I definitely do not know anyone who has a mobile app, whether you're on iPhone or Android. So we're definitely doing things that no one is doing. And so, you know, it is definitely because of you all who just support us and let us know that you a community and all of what that means, and gathering together everyone, so we can all be within a actual AUT, which is the meta word for family, where we can reach out and support each other. It's a beautiful thing. And for everyone who's been here with us within the House of Aten, you know that we host many different things for the communities, and we host talent shows where you all can come up and do a skill set that you enjoy doing, and these are all prize winning shows that we give. So we've given away hundreds and hundreds of dollars to the members of the community here through talent shows and through game shows, and we do many different things here. And we have the Pathways to Awakening, which is what our in-person meetup that we have in October. And so we have a great Pathways to Awakening lined up for everyone who will be able to make it out in October to LA. And so we'll have more details for everyone in the coming weeks, and we'll keep you all updated. So it's a beautiful thing that we're able to do what we're doing. And this also will be a Ren naming ceremony from the great Saba Tehuti, which will happen at the Pathways to Awakening. All right, and so let me go through and utilize the reciprocity dua and give adoration to those who help to support what we are doing. So let me begin to share the screen here. And first, I'll start with a support that we received last week. houseofaten.org. Everyone, make sure you go there and utilize those links. App is coming soon. All right. So first, we'll start with a great brother who sent in support at the end of class last week, which is the good brother Bijan Pharaoh, who sends in $20 for support. I would rewatch Hinu, HOA, Peace, Saba. Hinu and Tua to Bijan Pharaoh, a very consistent brother who definitely supports and is a wonderful artist. He's definitely a wonderful artist, and his abilities to be able to draw. So Hinu to this great brother. I'm looking forward to you coming to the panel again and showing more of your art, great brother. All right, and next we have the lovely Angela Gates, who sends in $5 for peace and love. Tua to Angela Gates, very consistent sister, first one in the chat here with us. Tua, for being here always and your participation always. And it's just wonderful and lovely to see a sister such as yourself being here, absorbing the knowledge and staying consistent with it. So Tua and Hotep. Next, we have the good brother Eric G. That's it, who sends in 333 for fourth playback. Tua, for your work. Tua, Eric G. Appreciate you, good brother, for supporting. And you're very consistent with the 333. So Tua for your support. All right. And next we have one of the greatest supporters from the beginning of the teachings of Ma'at before House of Aten, and this great brother here, Nito Campbell, who is Squano in the chat, who sends in $9 for push forward. Yes, push forward. Keep pushing forward. Keep moving. And we will get to our destination. So Hotep Henu, great brother, Tua for being a leading example and showing what it is to support that which you appreciate. Great brother Nito Campbell, Tua. And for the last support that I'll show before we get into the class from great brother Primordial Thought 9 is the lovely Minty Hotep, who sends in 711 for Neb Marie Unk HOA Nefer Nefu Aten.
Yeah, we're here and we're the best.
All right, Tua, Minty Hotep, for your support and for being here with us, and definitely glad to see you with us, consistent in the chat and letting your presence be felt. Absolutely. So Tua, sister. All right. And I think that's all I want to show for now. Yes. Let me put the banner at the bottom for the supports for those who are coming in and for those who are watching on the playback. So you can utilize those links there. So Hotep Henu, Tua for everyone's attention. And now I will pass it to the great brother Primordial Thought 9. Peace and love.
Peace, peace, peace. Let's go. Appreciate everybody coming through. It's always a beautiful thing. Let's see. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
Everyone hit the like button coming in. If you're here with us live, hit the like button, share this video out. Those watching on the playback, yes, I'm talking to you. Hit the like button if you're watching on the playback. Peace and love.
There we go. All right. Let's make it happen. All right. Set the tone. Well, everybody, welcome. As you know, I am Primordial Thought 9, seeker of divine wisdom. Wisdom with universal structure. Wisdom that remains the same from every perspective. Wisdom that adapts to any interaction. Wisdom that creates silence. Wisdom that sustains the house of Aten. I am Primordial Thought 9. May Ra grant me and my family health and prosperity. May our monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at. And may we rise and come forth as conscious light like the divine Ra, who rises and shines forevermore. In Ma'at, Hotep.
I am not here to invoke fear, but fear is what they use to control. Dark web shows for organ harvesting is what they tried to show y'all, but y'all took it as a game, as the squid inks all on the page. This is a real side of the internet most still think is a myth. Internet, enter their net and get caught up in the web of lies. But an illuminated spy endures risks when traveling on the dark webs to bring light. Even today in the age of information, what remains in the shade is not a game that you want to play. 1 through 9 is a sequence of divine numerals to hide a message in plain sight. Red light, green light, red rooms to bring green to the unseen. Money and power get showered by blood and greed. Don't make the wrong move. Movements they don't want you privy to. This is what they won't show you on your local news. The dark webs are full of black widows and rooms of red with no windows. Cameras rolling. The life of many missing children. Torturous acts of violence boosting their adrenaline. Preparing the adrenal glands for extraction and consumption. No need for assumption. The only choice for the soul is to die screaming. This brings a brand new meaning to the word live streaming. The planet is full of corruption. In a world full of everything, you can still seem alone. When you are in the know of elites and the quote-unquote VIPs found a fountain of youth through adrenochrome. Currently, cannibalistic and pedophilic demons purchase their entertainment and needed organs from those in the infirmary with untraceable decentralized currency. Bitcoin gets tumbled. We've stumbled right into hell. They travel in the ethers as the man with the umbrella is there to block the sunlight. Some might have to show you who they really are if your light is real. The sons of the sun, risks full of dreams and nightmares. This isn't fit for the weak. Together we stand and fall. Stick to the team cause they don't fight fair. 7 days of the week, there's no good end for the weak, yet that's still a weak ending. No matter how strong of a beginning, pretending leaves a demon grinning. Our strength comes in numbers. Gifted with gems of curses, I see shells the size of humans. Cameras shooting shots of killing. I share pearls to reveal the cheating taking place to create an option to possibly manifest a fair world. Light bearers with common goals, partners in good deeds, exploring exploitings to climb through assigned obstacles that are now behind you, brings one closer to another that is now times 2, and times 2, it's time to end the madness and reveal who's really a ganbu. That's Korean for a close friend. Who's brave enough to walk with me in removing the mask of the known leaders swiftly. The real VIPs never really show their faces. Divine sources has sent me to expose the unknown. Why in the show were the VIPs not Korean but Caucasian? Presidential lies hidden behind true stages. Unlike the fake room of Biden getting his vaxa. Global assassination, I'll be the front man to expose the secrets. This is not conspiracy theory, dangerous truths or safe lies. Pick your poison as the truth begins its leakage. Their existence is really low. They never let their pity show. I present what's going on in the present, and it's not a present, yet still gift wrapped, but without the pretty bow. I'll assume position of leading the front lines, no fear inside. But what I've seen through these 3 eyes could cause a premature suicide. Who chooses who lives and dies when bodies are being snatched by the invisible, planting thoughts of destruction by means of energetic, schizophrenic, panic, internal and external damage, famine. The extras have landed on terror, bringing terror, not caring about your will. So how free is it if it can be tempered? At this time, we don't need to be pampered. The damage is being done in real time at this very moment. We must know that we are in a war with the unseen. Divine sources of light with human beings begin being crucified, crossed and denied. Access to speak and supply remedies, especially through melodies, because they know the greatest weapon in existence is frequency. One lucky day will bring about mass change. We'll be able to amass change to pay for the sins of others. Nature is a mother. Welcome to the Squid Games.
Utu Nai Nesai Hekai Se'em Re Tichet Kur Akai. I have commanded my seat, I rule by my mouth, speaking in silent, I remain in exact balance.
All right, y'all. All right, before we begin, I just kind of want to let everybody know that it's important. The new generations that come here and are birthed here in this matrix. Those beginning stages are very it's crucial. It's very critical what they take in and what they learn. What's going to be downloaded within the mind as they grow up. It's a beautiful thing last night that Saba broke down and revealing how the matrix actually works and the illusions that are put in front of us. And things that we've been brought up since the youth, being predictive, using predictive programming, preparing us for our adulthood, even making us sensitive to the things that, that we should be paying attention to. Because if it makes us sensitive to it, our defenses are down once we bring forth children. So it's good to be aware. It's good to see beyond the veil of this matrix using your HERU. It's good to stop and examine and search all things. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind as I start this presentation. This is about Ma'at and how Ma'at can be used to establish almost any empire. She can be used as a foundation to something, and the way she is being used can cloud one's judgment when it comes to justice. So I want y'all to remember this before I begin. So just know that let's just walk through this. I'm using the Sebaites, the principles, to be able to show you what I see and the layers of their structure. So let's go. All right. So the Literature of Ancient Egypt by William Kelly Simpson, page 154 and 155. This is the teachings for King Marie Kara. Excuse me. If you find someone who did not have many supporters, in whom the townspeople did not know, but whose many partitions are now a multitude, and respect him for his possessions and for his cleverness, one who has gained men's confidence and has ingratiated himself in the sight of his dependents, and who persists as a troublemaker and as a spreader of talk. Get rid of him and slay his children, obliterate his name and destroy his supporters, banish all memory of him and of the partitions who respect him. A seditious man is liable to incite the citizens and create two groups of malcontents among the youth. If, therefore, you find that there is such a one among the citizens whose actions challenge you, denounce him before the officials and get rid of him, for he is indeed a rebel. One who disseminates talk is a disruptor of the city. Restrain the masses and drive the violence out of them. For there will be no quarreling of descent on the part of rogues whose fathers also created descent. Now let's look up the, etymology words of certain words, things that to me stick out that I feel like is very important to, let's just see what those words mean, right? So to ingratiate means to bring oneself into favor, meaning that when the person didn't have any following, now he's gained favor, he's gained following. People are starting to, understand what they're talking about, and he's bringing on people. Let's look at the next word, seditious, tending to incite treason, given to or guilty of sedition, which means to, or a full of discord, meaning that there's a rebellion, civil disorder, rebellion, mutiny. What's malcontent, dissatisfied, discontented. Let's look at it. Discontinued subject of a government. Okay. Dissemination, a spreading about opinions of information for acceptance, meaning that they're going out, they're speaking, they're gaining followers, they're rebellious in the eyes of those who are in control. Now, mind you, I'd use this because the SCRIIBE that we just read, that principle that we just read right there from the SCRIIBE, what's very interesting is that those are honorable. That's honorable wisdom. To keep order, to be able to establish, to keep ma'at, to keep what is structured, right? But what's very interesting is that this principle can be used for ISFED as well, because tell me if you know these next people. We all know these stories, right? We know Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Khalil Muhammad, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, this is him right here, founder of the Black Panther Party. In the eyes of who they were speaking against, it's very interesting how they get treated as such. It's very interesting how they can be labeled as rebellious, wiped out, taken out, vilified, and you don't even have to agree with what they were standing up for. What I'm trying to paint a picture to you is that regardless of what you are speaking out against and what you're coming up against, if you're coming up against a particular order, you must understand, when you get enough following, it's usually when that principle is getting activated, and everybody know their stories. So once again, wisdom can be applied to almost any structure. It can be said as a foundation, defending what it is that they're standing on. So that is very important. And like I said, you already know what happens to those who oppose. For those who try to come against or speak out against. But you gotta, that courage must be within. It has to be. And as you can see, Ma'at has been used as his fed, and that's why now we live in a society to where when it comes to justice, in a way, there's no people are doing deeds that are making them, they're sending them in areas to where they take care of. There's no accountability. There's no righteous judgment. People serve a time for a particular crime, come back out, do a worse crime. But for those who are actually standing up righteous, for those who are really speaking truth, for those who are really trying to make a difference and bring forth real justice, or real wisdom, a real way to treat each individual. If it goes against what's being taught to you, what's being advertised to you, what's shown on your TV, things happen, and that's unfortunate. But I want to show you in this right here that they're using that, and what it does is it clouds the judgment. When those who do evil apply this principle for their sustainability, it clouds the judgments of those who are watching when it comes to justice. When you see an evil person use a righteous judgment, the judgment almost distorts the action in a way. It clouds it. It makes you feel like, oh, they shouldn't do that. But yeah, you got to remember, our ancestors taught and they established things. This is why they reigned for so long, being that lovingness, being honorable, living in Ma'at, and keeping all Isfet away, like abolishing all Isfet. And so that's what's important. And when the evil uses it, it creates a disconnection. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Same book, Literature of Ancient Egypt by William Kelly Simpson, page 155. Emulate your fathers and your forefathers, and attain success through knowledge. Behold, their words endure in writing. Open and read them, so that you may emulate their knowledge. One who is proficient will become knowledgeable. Once again, a beautiful teaching to pass down to your heir, to the one that's going to be the next pharaoh, to the one that's going to continue to establish greatness within his kingdom. Beautiful words. Let's take a look. All right. So emulation, effort to equal or excel in qualities or actions that one admires in another or others. So emulating, to be the same, to equal it, or be better, right? To strive, to excel. And in this proto-Indo-European, to copy. So that's to emulate, to copy, to practice what your forefathers has done. Okay. Proficient, well-versed in any business, art, science, etc. It's from proficiency, to set, to put, go forward, affect, accomplish, be useful, go forward, hand off, Hey, You see what I've established for you? I want you to go out and do the same and establish us from generations on, keeping that power, keeping this echo of my eye. This is what he's teaching his son. Also proficiency, which is still from proficient, just a noun, so it's an advancement, progress. Have success, profit. To set, to put. Advancement, progress. Okay, well, let's see. Well, you gotta remember, everybody got forefathers. Everybody has a beginning. And it's it's important to understand that we are not the only ones who possess this knowledge. As you can see, here's your boy right here, Aleister Crowley. You see what he's doing, right? Look at that. We all know. Saba, break this down. Whose forefathers are these? What about Albert Pike? Y'all see what it says right here? Y'all remember this letter that he wrote? There's a lot going on in today's world as well. So if you ever get a chance, look into that right there, Albert Pike. We all know Skull and Bones. It's very, we're very familiar with that. Shouts out to the great Saba Tehuti, Amun Hotep Ra. You know the order right here, the degrees, that 33. Remember that slave trade? Yeah, people got forefathers as well, and they pass on traditions as well. It mutates, it grows. Same principle, different coat of painting. It may not present itself as brutal as you've seen in past times, but it's the same principle, but it's just manipulated in a way. But what it does is it results in control still to this day. And these are the things that are happening. These are people's forefathers. These are people's who, look up to them. There's people out here in this world who look up to them and follow wholeheartedly what they do. Let's go. Those who practice this fed have been left instructions by their forefathers, right? These things aren't just done to be, these are not one and done type of people. They have a backing, they have a following, they have people who are all about their work. In order to maintain control, their next generation must do as they do or better. And it's very funny how people, as you grow up, you say, man, this world is getting more wicked, man, wicked every day. Like, I can't believe the isfet that's going on. What Ani say in the Squid Games Exposed? What I've seen through these 3 eyes can cause a premature suicide. You'll be surprised at the things that are going on in this world and are controlled and have been controlled and have been set up by people who pass that knowledge on generation because of the wealth it brings in, because of the control, because of all kind of isfet things. In order to remain established and to live in this matrix, there's abominable things that's being happening. But as they were born and brought up into this world, they were raised by those who were already doing it. So that knowledge just get passed on to create sustainability. It's the unwavering discipline within their structure that causes people to fear. That's why Saba say like, hey, no, they like when he talk about the when you talk about the Ptolemies, he say, nah, like they know about Kemet more than you. Excuse me, light my incense real quick. They know about Kemet more than you. They're more disciplined in it, unwavering, devoted to it. And understand that that the people of today, you know, the people that who are in control, who are in control of all of this ISFAP, they live and breathe it. They live and breathe their rituals. They live and breathe what they do. It's day in and day out. It is what establishes them, and they know it works. They know that it's powerful. They know that as they look at the masses that, yeah, this, now I see why my forefathers was into this, and their forefathers and their forefathers. Now I see that this works. And those who are oblivious to it, it's easy to control. It's easy to control those who are still asleep. Well, Ani said, not caring about your will, so how free is it if it can be tampered? I love that. Because they are disciplined within their structure. So now I'm gonna bring back the same principle, but now we're going to add the second part of this, right? So we read the first part, emulate your fathers and your forefathers, and attain success through knowledge. Behold, their words endure in writings. Open and read them so that you may emulate their knowledge. One who is proficient will become knowledgeable. Now, this is the part, because like I said, you can only ma'at, whatever structure someone's trying to build, ma'at, if you use too much of ma'at, it'll expose it, right? So they use pieces of it, right, to establish certain things. So, but if you use ma'at as a whole, these are the things that which separates those who do isfet and those who live ma'at. So here's the second part: do no evil. Clemency is good. Make your memory endure through men's love for you. Prosper the people whom the city shelters, and they will praise Neter for your generosity. Guard your good name, give thanks to your blessings, and pray to the Neteru for your health. The teachings of King Merikara. So, of course, we know emulation. Of course, we know proficient. We already read those. Clemency, meaning mildness or gentleness shown in the exercise of authority. To lean, to be calm, to be mild. Gentleness. Okay. Dispose favorably. Okay. Now, these are the forefathers we talking about, right? This is because that second part, you won't see that second part. We know that they're not doing. Here you got it right here, top left, statue of Ptah. This is in the ancient museum of Turin in Italy. We all know, familiar with the ancient Ptah. Henu and Tua to you, great ancestor. Here we have the relief in the tomb of Seti I of Tehuti, given an Ankh to Pharaoh Seti I. It's very beautiful. Shouts out to Menku Ara. It's a beautiful thing that Saba gave him, HOTEP. This is a statue of Ma'at with the ostrich feather. This was between 664 and 332 BC. We know that ostrich feather of truth. Here we go down here below. We have Horus, HERU. offers life to the pharaoh Ramesses II, painted in limestone. This is 1275 BCE, the 9th dynasty, from the small temple built by Ramesses II in Abydos. This is in the Louvre Museum, Paris, in France. These are the ancestors that we know, right? This is, when you look at this gives you more peace than the other one. This one is very pleasant to the eyes. You see the power, you feel the power from within it. Now with this, we must show what Ma'at truly is. Being that representation of our ancestors, the Teru, will show and give people the opportunity to examine what Ma'at can truly create. An organization with no isfat, where biological imperative and immortality is our primary objective. You see, when we live it, and when we show Ma'at, based off of the pieces that they use from our ancestors' teachings, it'll give the opportunity for everyone, for people who are observing these things, it would let them see which one makes more sense, which one's more pleasant, which one's more honorable, which one do I feel more appreciated in. Which one gives me growth to be able to expand and to love my fellow brother or sister? Matching to be on the same frequency, to emulate and to copy what was given to us many generations ago, right? But if we don't show up, how do people compare? They have control over the minds. They get it in large quantities. And that's why it's so important that we start now. And every day I start to understand why Saba built the house of Aten, why Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti is going strong. Look, I mean, creating website, getting apps now. Like, this is a drive. Like, there's an awakening. And every day I'm starting to understand the meaning of that, the meaning of joining something to build, joining something that has meaning, that gives life, that is powerful. That once again, I've said this in other presentations, that I never been around love like this before, with around brothers and sisters who this world will label as strangers, right? Like, we don't personally know each other, but we're getting there, right? Like, we're getting there little by little as we go to the pathways to awaken and have conversations, as everybody's talking, emailing, texting, calling each other, just building little by little. You get to develop this understanding with each other. It starts to become a family. It starts to awaken things that are within you, and you say, you know what? Yeah, I do want to participate. I do want to present. I do want to be of some service to this family, because I see no wrong in it. I only see honor in it. I only see love in it. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what I've been looking for this whole time. Because my family don't understand me. The people at work don't understand me. I feel like no one understands. Everybody's kind of out for themselves. Everybody's kind of out doing their own thing. And nobody's understanding what I've been on this search for. And I can't even relate to nobody. And so that right there should be like, man, but this place right here, it's a wonderful place to build. It's a wonderful place to, man, we got a Saba that's just doing mind-blowing things that no one else is out there doing. And we got all this love around us, and man, and I can sit and have a conversation. I can ask a question. I can build and grow. I can come to the Discord. I could continue to see where how I can be of service and be a part of something, even if I live in another state, even if I live far away, I can still be of some form of assistance to be a part of something that is beneficial to life. And it's those things. It's those things that should be that you should be aware of what's happening in the House of Aten. And all we trying to do is mimic our forefathers, the Natiru, because nobody's done it longer than them. No one's done it as greater than them, as greatest as them. So let's keep moving. Okay, same book, Literature of Ancient Egypt by William Kelly Simpson, page 233. It is through the disaffected that effectiveness is weakened, and then evil will topple good. This is from the instructions of AMENEMOPE. Once again, let's read one more time. It is through the disaffected that effectiveness is weakened, and then evil will topple good. That sounds very familiar, huh? Okay, so disaffected, meaning estranged, hostile, having the affections alienated, disloyal. See right here? Disloyal. What about effect? Execute or completion. So this overcomes this. If this stays present, if this is around, if this right here is it's showing its face and causing chaos, it messes this up. Because effect is execution or completion, accomplishment, performance. You know, what we're trying to do here in the House of Aten, to set, to put, right? Right here, to set, to put. Those are importance, right? We're trying to build. Through all that energy and all that effort, it gains a result, right? So the energy you put out is the energy that you put out is energy you get back. So it's through disaffected that effectiveness is weakened, and then evil will topple good. Okay. Now I just use this as because we've been conditioned, right? The mind has been conditioned. Before we even came into this, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen pretty much all of these movies. And I just threw these out as reference to what is being downloaded within the mind when you grow up. And as you grow up, they start to slowly but surely take away the loyalty. They take away the unity, the ranking order, right? They take away this you know, we can't do work with each other. We can't build. Minds can't come into play. I know you've seen all of these movies, and each and one of them had some form of internal traitor inside. One of them was the disaffected, and caused the chaos to something to a movement that was moving forward. Don't even have to agree with the story. I'm just using this as an example to give you an example of using the principle of what is being said and the result of it. So in no way I'm trying to advertise these. I threw the Lion King in there just for a little laughter, but we all know there was a traitor inside, right? So let's keep moving. How many times have we heard great people fall due to someone within the group? This is why I gave the example before, but we hear it all the time, right? I don't care what the story is. We don't even have to agree with the story. We don't even got to be about it. It don't even have to have anything to do with the teachings of our ancestors, but we all see that it is a reoccurring thing. It's even advertised on TV. We see it to condition the minds to not trust one another. when you continue to watch stuff like this, they program you to have a lack of trust. And then if something happens to you within your own personal life, oh, it just solidifies it even more. And then you have trust issues. That's why that's why it can be very challenging doing what we're doing. Because most people, it's a lack of trust to say, man, should I be a part of this? I don't know, man. I've seen people build and they fall because they turn into this or they turn into that. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to be labeled with this. But even though, man, it's good. Like, it's really good. Maybe I'll just sit back in the shadows. Maybe I'll just secretly support. Maybe I'll go around and say the things that they're saying to other people and, you know, see how they feel about it. But I don't know. I don't know if I could be a part of that. I'm not sure. I don't really want to put my face out there like that. They do that. That's what that entertainment system does. You think it's not teaching you this. You think it's not teaching you to have a lack of trust, you think they're not tampering with how you think, and to really be a part of something that is good. A lack of unity and trust is advertised all throughout social media. You know those clickbaits, the ones that you see, like, oh man, what his girl gonna say? Oh man, what her dude gonna say? Hey, you gonna would you allow your significant other to can I be with her for $100 grand? What she like? Oh, take it. No, get the money, or nah, like, or they just doing all random things, crazy pranks on each other. Can't even trust each other. Can't even sit around. Guys that they love to be around with all throughout the day. They play, but they don't even trust each other because the next prank gonna happen to me, or the next. Everyone's running around just not feeling at ease. And there's just numerous of things. And it's clickbait because why I say the clickbait, because they'll give you a little piece. And it's like, oh man, I want to see what happens. Oh man, are they loyal? Oh man, I want to see us. Oh, what happened to this organization? Oh, there was chaos. Oh, wait a minute. And what it does is it makes you become isolated. It makes you not join nothing. It makes you say, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. Because I know that I can trust me and nobody else. And that's the power. That's when it starts to, that's why everyone's so separated, and it's challenging for people to come together and really start working at something that they know is good. But they waiting, they in fear. Who's going to be disloyal? What's Saba doing with all that donation money? What's going on? Knowing that what you gave, you got back in return instantly. And we see people just turn, they come and they go. And I know Saba said, like, it ain't even important. You ain't even got to hear their story. It ain't even important, because whatever they went to go and do, show me whatever it is that they did, you must come back greater than you were when you left. Because you left from something that you have never been a part of, never seen before in your life. And you said, I'm gonna leave that. So obviously something else had to gain your attention. And if it gains your attention, it better be better than where you were at. And I want to see it. Because if you found it, then shoot, let's join it. Let's make it better. Let's bring my art into it. And we can really keep it moving, but that's not what's happening. They even tried to find the weakest one who still holds on to ISFAT and use them to bring down an organization. Don't we hear that all the time? It's the one that halfway in, halfway out. No, that's it. The one that wants to become how do you put it? You know, let's say we have an individual within the house of Aten. House of Aten is flourishing abundantly. But it's got a member that's on IG with the money to the ear, still doing all the ISFAT things that they see that the Matrix is doing. But no advertisement of our ancient ancestors. The success is there, but the person is mimicking what they see in the Matrix. They're mimicking the ISFAT rather than being successful, being flourishing, but emulating the ancestors, showing like, yes, you can have wealth and you can be successful and still be of this this high consciousness, you know, maintaining balance at all times, always aware. My eye being the walking advertisement, my eye being the forefront, having no similarities to those who do ISFAT, to those who are in this matrix. That's what it is. But when they find the one that decides to say, "Hey, you know, I want to be part of this, but I want to flex like that. I want to show myself like how they do in the Matrix." There's already a weak link in the chain. So let's never come to that. Let's emulate our ancestors, our forefathers, because that's important. That's important to be a part of. No switching up. Loyal, favor to each other, favor to the ancestors and Tehuti. We stick by that, we'll never turn on there'll never be any separation. We'll all be in line in my heart. Let's do something completely, I don't want to say different because we're emulating our ancestors. Let's just bring it back. Let's establish that back. Let's establish that oneness, that family, that one mind, that everybody's aligned, same frequency, using their own gifts. This is a safe place for you to be, to use your own gift to become whatever that is that you know that drives you. You know that if you'd do it for free if you could. But yes, you need to be able to sustain your household. So that gift that you got, most definitely you can use it to establish and be the great neb of your household. Let's simulate that. Okay. Same book. We got two different ones, but they tie into each other. Okay. So, all right. So same book, Literature of Ancient Egypt by William Kelly Simpson, page 231, chapter 9. This is the instructions of AMENEMOPE. Do not get into a quarrel with an argumentative man, nor incite him with words. Same book, but this is page 132, Maxims of Ptah HOTEP. It says, if you come against an aggressive adversary, a man of low standing, one who is not your equal, do not assail him in accordance with his lowly estate. Leave him be, and he will confound himself. Do not answer him in order to vent your frustrations. Do not alleviate your anger at the expense of your adversary. Wretched is he who prosecutes one who is inept. Things will turn out in accordance with your will, and you will defeat him through the censure of the magistrates. The censure of the magistrates. All right, so I use this because you know, those who rule in Isfet, they don't respond to those who speak out against them. Do you understand that all of the cries that you have heard, and these are just accusations, right? These are just things. These people, they got the facts, they showing you, but it's very interesting that they don't, the people that they talking about, they never reply. They say nothing. They let their cries be heard out into the world. And it goes, and usually, for the most part, it goes nowhere. Some get some attraction, right? And it's because they're gaining those followers, right? Like we've seen that, right? That's why we discussed it at the very beginning. Some of them gain followers, but you know, if that gets too big, you see what happens with that, right? So, but most of the time, people who are crying out, they act as if they don't exist. They continue their business. Oh, I don't even hear the cries of the low. Out of sight, out of mind. To respond to them will result into sharing the collective consciousness that they have gathered. So you got to remember that most of the time that they don't say nothing, because if they do, their huge following will then be aware. What did Ani say in HERU? He says, but it's the facts that will dispel the spells. So when you use that, you remember like yo, if they acknowledge those who are saying facts about them, remember Ma'at always reigns supreme. So if someone's saying something that is just and truth and have those facts, if they know that if they engage with them, it'll put their fault. It's as if they sharing the consciousness or giving them access to their followers. And if they cause any disruption in that, it messes up everything that they establish. So they ignore them. They keep those who cry out about their evil deeds far away from their followers. They don't let them get any close. I'm pretty sure they know, but they not gonna speak on it. It doesn't get. It's the frequency. If you have a huge following, and you know that, and a person know that there's Isfet in there, they stay the course. They ignore the cries. They ignore. They never show they pity, right? They never show it. They just keep moving. And those who are spitting that truth and they're saying and they're just and they're saying those things and they're trying to get some attention, you know, to shine that light onto them. No, they will have people who's like, yeah, and they will have those supporters, but usually usually it doesn't result. I don't want to say never, but it doesn't result into the bringing down of that person, the bringing down of that evil deeds. Even if they become successful in taking down a corporation, that corporation just bankrupts itself, going away and switching to another corporation, and here's another head that erects. They're very good at that. But they use these principles. They use these principles to keep away, to not give any power to those who are speaking truth about them. But one who really is truthful, the accusations that come across them, if they really are truthful, it's easy to shut that down. They can easily address them because the truth doesn't have to be defended. It'll be all of there. That's why I love the fact that when Saba did that one class about carbon dating, how they're so the further they go and the further they try to say that, hey, my science is real, like my science, what I've created is real, it always reveals more and more that our ancestors was here first and they did it first. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by If you're really walking in Ma'at and truth, none of those things can come against you. But if it's an old you and you have now come to be like, bam, I'm new in this, then forget it. Because you know that you're walking in Ma'at now. Everybody's coming from a past, but at the end of the day, now that you found Ma'at and now that you move forward, it's like the confessions that is in the book of the dead, the Param HERU, excuse me, of those negative confessions, right? So now that we Pekah Mku and we moving forward and we saying, all right, this is what I'm going to be. This is me from now on, from here on out. This is what I'm going to do. I dropped all the Isfat and now I'm focused right here. And bam, I'm going to move forward. That's a difference. But what they doing, they not saying nothing because they dare not to share their followers with what you have to say. And that's important. They use my eye too. All right, let's go. All right, same book. This is going to be page 157. It says, as for the divine tribunal, which judges sinners, you know that they are not indulgent on that day of judging the offender, in that hour of performing their duty. And base is he who is found guilty despite his wisdom. Be not confident in length of years, for they regard a lifetime as but an hour. You know my favorite part? It's right here. And base is he who is found guilty. So base is low. And base is he who is found guilty despite his wisdom. Let's keep going because I want y'all to see what indulgent means. All right, so tribunal, of course, we know that's a judgment seat, right? You're being judged. You're being judged. This is what it is. This is the seat. This is the judges. And your Eve is being weighed, right? So right here, indulgent means lenient, willing to overlook faults. I want to know if that sounds familiar to some of y'all a little bit, you know, to overlook thoughts, because you know the type of matrix we live in to this day, right? So too lenient, right? So they're not that way. So it even makes me think even more when Saba be speaking like like, no, you got to take this serious. Like this is not a video game. You will be when you get to the other side, you food. And I believe Saba because he's imbued in this. And from the result that I've seen is who he is and how much he has changed me. And based off of that discipline, that consistency, that type of result that comes forth, it's gotta be true. Because there's nothing I've seen that he's said and done that has me like, I have not been like that since I've been watching. Since I've been watching Saba, I've not been like, I don't know about that one. None of it. Well, let's move on. Come on. All right, so the judges will not be lenient. The judges care not about how much wisdom one has, which, you know, a lot of people do feel like they're going to make it due to how much they feel they know, right? I think Ani said it, was it Dua? But it was something like even the ones who think they are awake are still asleep. I forget what song that was. But yeah. But so a lot of people think that everything is fine and dandy based off of what they think they know. And that's why I like this says, even those, he will be base. He will be base no matter, even though he has all this wisdom, assuming that, oh, things going to work out for me. We live in a matrix where repeated sins are forgiven as long as one believes, right? We all know that. We all know that, right? We all know those teachings, right? Even those who do the worst of crimes are protected. And you heard me say this earlier in the beginning, while in jail, they are taken care of more than the homeless on the streets. It's a lack of accountability. A lack of accountability is pampered in this matrix. So there's people out here who are, we can use just quote unquote, right? Still sinning to this day, still making the same wrong move, but you know, God knows my heart. He knows my heart. And I'm gonna be forgiven. And they continue to do. They continue to. We only human. And like I said, God knows my heart, so I'm gonna get into them gates. I'm gonna be taken care of. I'm gonna be perfectly fine. But that mentality, that state of mind, has rippled throughout the whole world. Accountability has been pampered. It has been coddled. No discipline, no structure, no consistency. So even when I was reading and putting this together, it just structured things. That's why I said that entering and accepting this being part of the Sunday rotation with my great brothers, it keeps you in, because when you're trying to put together, presentations and things of that nature, you're like, there's something that's really clicking, because you have to present it, right? So if you're presenting it, there's always some understanding, some inner working that's being done in you while you're getting all of this down. It's doing something to you inside. And so, like even me, I got to stay focused. I got to stay disciplined. I have to find ways to always better myself, always do better, regardless of who I once was in the past or whatever. I have to be disciplined. I got to be consistent in this, because no matter how much wisdom I feel that I may have, if I'm not in imbuement with the Ptah, the 12 divine chiefs, or within the HERU, I won't be accepted in the Netzachur. There will be no provisions for me. My Eve will be heavier than the feather of Shu. So it's that. It's that changing inside that it's like, man, you know what? Yeah, I gotta stay in my rituals, man. I gotta stay in these practices. I gotta stay studying. Always, it's my turn. It's on me. My brother's been consistent. I gotta be consistent too. I gotta keep going. I gotta make sure I spend the time. I gotta make sure I can separate this matrix work life and try to do what it takes to separate myself from that and use this gift to be everything that I need to be. Because that's what goes with me. It's my works, it's what I've done. This everything that is recorded within this Eve is gonna be weighed on the scale. It's gonna sit right next to me. I gotta take it with me. And it's gonna get recorded, it's gonna get judged. What did I do with this life that was given to me, this blessing right here? What am I gonna do with it? I gotta come out. I gotta stay disciplined in this. And Saba setting the standard. So man, all right. I got a question about this. Okay, bam, that's for me. That's an investment to me. That's not about everything else and all these opinions that everybody's trying to, throw in. What's going on in there and what y'all doing and all. Nah, this is for me. Here you go, Saba. Can you break this down for me? All right, cool. That's gonna help me. Bam. I'm gonna take that back to my studies, and I'm gonna keep going. It's doing the working. But yes, there will be no sparing. None whatsoever. So we got to do it better. We have to make sure that we hold ourselves, that we have that accountability, that we examine and search ourselves thoroughly for every flaw that it may be removed from our compartment. Shout out to Ptah HOTEP. Let's keep going. Okay. All right. The Literature of Ancient Egypt by William Kelly Simpson, page 158 and 159. The Teachings for King Mary Karat. It says, perform the monthly priestly service, don white sandals, enrich the temple, be discreet concerning the mysteries, enter into the holy places, eat bread in the house of the netter, replenish the offerings, multiply the sacrificial loaves, increase the daily offerings. For such is beneficial to him who does it. Strengthen your monuments as far as within your power. Let your images be sent to distant foreign lands, even ones which will not acknowledge them. For he who lacks knowledge of the affairs of the enemy will suffer. Let's read that last part one more time. It says, let your images be sent to distant foreign lands, even ones which will not acknowledge them. For he who lacks knowledge of the affairs, of the enemy will suffer. Let's take a look. Woo. Okay. I'm pretty sure we all know who this is. Who don't practice my odd? What? Of course. It's how we've established everything. You see it. Even the world leaders come to visit, right? Stretch into foreign lands. You know, this is in India, by the way. India. They got churches all in the Philippines. They got them everywhere. You stretch it as far as you can go. Even if they don't even acknowledge them. This is wild. Okay. Through rituals, they appear as holy, right? They doing those deeds, right? Making sure to enrich the temple. They have over 221,000 churches worldwide. Slowly have they established themselves in all countries. You seen the leaders? Let me go back. I'll go back. We'll go back. See the leaders? Everybody shows up. Foreign lands. Once again, India. And you know how they get down religious with spiritual teachers, right? But they've established themselves even there. It's wild. Okay. Through mission work, they come in peace, right? I've known a lot of people in my life who, yeah, man, going on missions. We're going over here to this country, and we're gonna be gone for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, and we're gonna spread the good word. and go into the most impoverished areas, bringing it in, coming in peace, giving offerings, giving just bam here. Have you heard about your Lord and Savior? Forgive you of all your sins. You ain't got to do no work. Just believe. Forgive you everything. All of it. And you'll be accepted. It's one of the most easiest things in the world. We can get you in right now. You got some time? Let's go. Takes about 5 minutes. And we can get you in there. Front row. First class access. That's what's going on. And they're using the teachings. They're using it. It is here. They are using it. It has power. And if it has power the way they're using it, think about how much power it has for you truly being in my heart. These are the when I'm reading, these is like what's going on in my mind, like just like my neurons are firing off, and I'm just seeing these things like, man, like, oh man, they using it too. This is what builds greatness. All the world leaders come. They come to visit. That's true power. Can you imagine everybody coming to visit you? They don't even believe in what you believe in, but they visiting you? That's power. That reminds me when Saba said that Kemet was they were the standard. They created it. They didn't care about nobody else. People came to them. When you're the standard, people come to you. They come to you. You're doing it. Like, hey, what is going on over here? Wait a minute, y'all loving each other. Wait a minute, what's going on over here? Y'all built all this? Like, what is all this? Hold on, no, you got to teach me. And that's what's going on. But that's what the true teachings do. Like that's when you're really pure in my eye, not using it for its fat. I don't bring my eye to you to conquer you. I come to build. I come to do what is right and righteous, to echo my art, to free you from letting you know that not everybody here is of Isfah. Only my art. But they using it. And they've established themselves mightily in it. But they're disciplined in it. Okay, same book. Page 161. May I see a brave man who will emulate this. One who will, for his own sake, add even more to what I have done. I would be worried by an heir who is ineffective. So even right now, let's say you got children, right? And you worked, and it took a lot of time and energy in your life of what you've established. Now, mind you, you're going to be leaving this to them. And as any parent, you definitely want to feel confident that they will sustain They will sustain all of what you have birthright given to them, passed down to them, gave them the blueprint, established all of it. You will hope that at least one out of them can keep it controlled, because once you know that, like this, all right, I can tell that, you know, all right, your siblings, they kind of tripping, so I'm gonna put you ahead of this. But you got to keep them in order, because you have taught me that you are wise and you are honorable, and you have to keep what I've established, keep it going, so that our monument be established forevermore, and that our family would never lack. You have to be able to see that, right? But when a parent doesn't see that in any of their children, that worries them. So it's the same principle here, is that he said, I will be worried by an heir who is ineffective, who doesn't put what I'm telling and what I've established and how I've conducted my life, which made me all of this success and made me this pharaoh who I am now. You got to mimic it and keep it going. May our name live forevermore. And that's important. But once again, we're not the only ones that had this knowledge. The next person is always ready to resume order from the previous ruler. You know, when one goes, they let you know, send that smoke up or whatever, you know, found another one. Or here, we're going to establish this. Within the rich controlling families that we all know about, they pass knowledge and wealth to the next generation as well. They bring them up in it. It is mandatory. Them family names that we all know, those ain't big names for just from one generation. That comes from many generations. So obviously, even if there's ISFET being done tremendously over there, they have a structure and they have a foundation, and they live by a particular standard. And they take these principles and they use it to implement, and they sustain themselves throughout everywhere. And that's why they have the power that they have. They not on no individual stuff. Like what Saba say, they were like, nah, man, I ain't following that. I ain't doing that. Nah, man, I'm gonna do my own thing. It's me. And he said, yo, if the Natira was like that, if the followers of Ma'at was like that, you would have no command. There will be none. There's a ranking system. There's a structure that everyone must follow if you're a part of it, right? Because that's how you stay effective. That's how you stay disciplined. Everyone plays their role accordingly. And that's a beautiful thing. This principle is what keeps a monument living forever. And that's important. So don't forget that. Don't be afraid to be a part of something. And to be it honorably. Because why transition or be on that verge of transitioning and have that doubt to never experience it? You've seen what the ISFET does in organizations. You've seen what it does in families. So why not give this a try when you know it's not? It's something that you have never seen before. And there's a unity in it. There's love in it. Why not give that a try? You honestly got nothing to lose, because it ain't nothing but ISFET. You're gonna go back to that. Just go back to the job. Go back to the 9 to 5 and the whatevers, and continue to do that hamster wheel, that cycle, and go just try to just study and see, just all right, whatever that is. Be a part of something that helps, because it is the frequency that moves. You must be a part of something that once, like I said before, we're on the same frequency wave, and the more energy, the more power we generate. That's what makes it more stronger. when you do something consistent, like Saba says, discipline, we do something consistent, it builds the confidence. And just by saying that, that ties in more even understanding right now for me of just continue to do this. Like, do this, advance yourself. Let's go, y'all. So, conclusion. I created this presentation to reveal to you that the teachings of our ancestors in the Tehuti, it works. The teachings have been used to establish many empires, but none has been as great and has lasted as long as our ancestors in the Tehuti. As you've seen, even those whose workings are of Isfed, they use these principles that are meant for righteous doings. May we be a living advertisement of Ma'at. May the house of Atten's monument be established on the foundation forevermore. Supposed to be Ma'at there. So I'm going to say it again. May the house of Atten's monument be established on the foundation of Ma'at forevermore. May y'all rise, and may you be great. And may you take the teachings of Ma'at. And may we show them that this is how you use it. This is how this is how you build. I just want y'all to just remember that if you see the frustration and why they have longevity is because they using it. And if it worked for them and they can do that once again, what you think it'll do for us? Being honorable. I love y'all, man. This is all for y'all.
I look outside in all I see are people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in all I see are people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu. I am in mindset of when fighting jinns, sword swang, samurai. I am Shem, Su, Hor, son of the Heru. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu. I am in mindset of when fighting jinns, sword swang, samurai. I am Shem, Su, Hor, son of the Heru. Words powerful, Hekau. See, prove you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. Ma'at is now speaking through me, and trust me, this is who you will respect if you choose or not. It is now, not soon. You are not the same as I. We do not have the same sight. We do not have the same eye. We don't just talk, we apply. From the waters in the sky, I spoke my name into life. I spoke my name to bring life, to bring life. People double.
Wow.
Come back to the screen.
Yes,
All right. All right. HOTEP, great brother, Primordial Thought 9. Let's give you another round of applause. To our great brother. Let me post the link. I'm gonna post a link so you all can
If anyone wants to come up and let the great brother know your thoughts about his presentation, about his very deep class. But yes, Hotep Henu Ma'akaru, great brother, Primordial Thought 9. Very powerful class. I love your method that you've created to bring forth these teachings. It's a wonderful method, and always making it relatable in today's time, which is, it's more relevant today than ever. So yeah, I'll go through some of what you spoke about that I appreciated, which all of this I appreciated. But you know, from the beginning and going into of course, for utilizing the tones and the sound vibrations, great brother, Tuah for that. So yeah, you know, Mary Kara, very beautiful set of Seba'it literature, and I love, you know, how you honed in on the emulation of the forefathers, and and the way that you present is really how study should be done. Because most of the time when we're reading something, there are many words that we may not fully understand what it means. So I love how you show it, and then you show the etymology of different words to really implement a lot more context and understanding into what's being said. Because the translation that we're reading is a translation from Medu Neter. And so whoever is translating it is utilizing that word to help describe what the Medu Neter word is. So it's definitely good to pull up the etymology and the emulation of the forefathers, and emulate, going back to aim, meaning to copy. And that's really all we have to do. Of course, a lot easier said than done, because, you know, if you're trying to emulate greatness, you have to, you know, want that. You have to, it's a deep want that you have to live within to be able to echo or copy something that is great or accurate or excellent. But they lay it out for us, and you laid it out for us very plain, and going through and describing, you know, different examples of this. And I love when you went into, of course, showing what ma'at truly is and what that means, and leading by example, which is what you do. So it's a beautiful thing to speak something and then to see it. That right there is a hook for those who want to do more than just talk. All right, and then that's what the great Saba Tehuti did as he came forward, and it's something so fresh, and it's so refreshing to see that, because you don't see that, you know, you don't see someone emulating something that is so great, and doing it consistently and producing discipline, while utilizing the words and the sound vibration to then show the action that vibration is bringing forth. And that's something that is super rare today, and why it's so magical whenever we can then begin to emulate that, and it makes your magic that much more powerful, because you only can produce that which what you say. And it's just a beautiful thing that we have that. So Tua for touching on that, and going into and showing the different movies, different genres of movies that tell the same story, you know, and showing, you know, how a lot of the HOTEP, Sherry Kira, welcome to the panel. Looks like you're frozen. You may need to go out and come back in. But yeah, showing how that there can always be internal conflict, and it's important to also, you know, let that be known too, because we see it consistently. And yeah, you went into a lot of different places, a lot of different spaces, different type of tactics and things to watch and observe. And you know, this is why my is to observe, and that's how you really get to the truth. And you know, it's you touched on how with what we're building at the House of Aten, and how it demands consistency, and how it demands discipline and excellence. And for those who come, and a lot of times, you know, people ask for this, right? But when it's amongst you, now you have to do more than just speak about it. Now action has to be put in place. And a lot of times people fade because of that. And now you have to show, do you really want ma'at? Do you really want what that represents? It's definitely something that keeps those who strive for excellence and looking within themselves and utilizing the seba'it, right? Examining that which is what is in you, and compartmentalizing it on whether or not it is something that is beneficial to you or something that may be a hindrance to you. And really having to, you know, look inside of you and come to that conclusion, you know. And so I love that you touched on that and brought that forward, because it's important to know, you know, just as a public organization and movement, that we're always observing and we're aware of these things. So we definitely watch, you know, everyone, because it's something that's needed to build something up. If we give you a responsibility to do something, and if that thing doesn't get done, well, then there has to be a replacement for that, because for the movement, no, it's not one person, it's a movement. So it has to keep growing, it has to keep expanding. This is ma'at. This is ma'at, and we're doing this for the youth. So while everyone is wanting to be here and play a position and play a part, everyone just falls directly into where they're supposed to be. And that's the beautiful thing about structure and ma'at and discipline, and ma'ah, having the observation to be able to see, and Saba Tehuti being at the head of that, and him just doing what he does, and not directing any one thing, but this is just the result of what he's living and representing. And that's how you know it's more real than real. So it's a beautiful thing, and it only could exist in that way. So Tua for touching on that, showing what ma'at truly is. And I love when you went into the people playing pranks on each other, and the clickbait, and how it instinctively puts a distrust within you. And, you know, social media is all about that. Those type of things are very heavily prevalent within these social spaces, because people really love to see people hurt each other. It's real weird. I never understood that. It's real weird. And you know, but Tua for pointing that out and going into these different people who attempt to emulate Ma'at and the Nile Valley, but steal and try to superimpose themselves over the actual original people. That's unacceptable, but that's very heavily prevalent within today's time. And I see a lot of debate going on all the time on different social platforms, just simply about that, you know, and who they were, who are the ancient Egyptians, what they looked like, and all this stuff. And no one's talking about Ma'at. Like that just blows my mind. It's like, this is all people really care about. It's like, and Saba speaks about that, you know, how people want to claim this thing. Okay, let's say that is you, but are you reflecting the teachings? Do you even know what Ma'at is? And no, most times they don't. And that's, you know, that's because it's easy just to say, oh yeah, that looks like me, or that's someone who kind of resembles what I may look like. And if I was at this, you know, all that nonsense. So Tua for pointing that out and showing the Isfet fiends, showing the ones who steal every ounce of life force from those on the planet who give their dua to, right? How much does your praise cost? It may cost you your soul. It may cost you your entire existence. It may cost you your memory. So Tua for pointing that out. Yeah, excellent job, great brother. Very, very powerful class. And Tua for presenting it and giving us that primordial thought 9 wisdom based in the foundations of the Seba'it and the great scribes of the Nile Valley and Ma'at. So Hinu and Tua, great brother.
Brother, appreciate those kind words.
Yes, absolutely. And let's welcome the wonderful, lovely sisters to the panel. We have Sharika Akira, and we have Minty Hotep, consistent bringer of light. All right, Hotep sisters, we'll start with you, Sharika. You was first on the panel, and Hotep.
It's all right. I'll pass it to Minty. She's ready for war. She's ready to go first. I'll let you go.
Excellent. Minty Hotep, glad to see you. Glad to see you here. Peace and love. How are you?
Peace, Hotep. Can I be heard?
Yes, loud and clear.
Peace, Hotep. Brother Primordial, that was, I really needed to hear that at this time. Sharika, did you want to say any words first, since you were here first? Since you got on the panel first?
You got it. I'll flow off of you.
Okay, beautiful.
Especially because your sound is good, and I know there's always some resistance or challenges. So if we got it good, let's just roll with it.
Let's roll with it. Yes, the interference has been strong. So as you know, I took a short leave of absence. I stepped away for a couple of weeks. I had some things in my life that I needed to address that needed my full attention. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make any movement towards my goal of what I wanted to do. So I never really left. I did visit all of the classes, but I just wasn't present at the time when the classes were being broadcast. But I'm really glad that I was able to make it in today to hear this message, because it's the unwavering discipline, like Brother Primordial said. Us as students of Saba Tehuti, we are imbued in these teachings. The teachings are everywhere. I had left a comment in the chat saying that, you know, when your eyelid is broken, you see everything. The teachings are everywhere. It's unescapable. So just echoing that perspective and echoing that, there's just so much here. There's so much here. During the time that I stepped away, you know, you brought it into consciousness that during this teaching is, you know, those things that you do, you know, that's who you are, and that's who I am, and it's been a struggle to align myself and who I am and what I do and what I bring into the matrix to make a living. So during this process, I'm unraveling the tether between my self-worth and my finances, because the world that we live in this matrix that we live in, everything is associated and tethered to a standard, and my standard is Ma'at. So just as long as I'm imbued in these teachings and living my truth, which is I am a consistent bringer of light, I know that I'll be able to overcome any of those challenges that are set before me. And Brother Atef had brought into my consciousness that, as I already knew, he just echoed what I was feeling, is that these challenges that we go through are set here in place to make us better, to make us shine brighter. So, you know, I wanted to have I had a certain way that I wanted to do things. I wasn't able to do them, but I swallowed my pride, and because those things will happen in the order and the timing that they need to happen. So, Henu to you, brother, for bringing this teaching forward. I think it's affected me, and I know that it's affected others, because what we are is what our Ba will return to when we have the final judgment. So I'll end there.
Appreciate you, Mentee. Appreciate those never words. Yes, you definitely been missed. I know that the Natiru is definitely protecting you and everything that you are purring through. So may everything work out according to your ka, and may you continue to flourish and continue to just keep moving forward. Just keep moving, and you stay in my eye like I know you always do. You'll definitely overcome and be better than what you were yesterday. So, to you, great sister. I appreciate you.
Nani Egg Tua, brother. This is I had mentioned that, you know, I did miss everybody. I think I sent a message to Saba. I've been keeping in contact with Saba, and Brother Ani, I let you know that I was taking a short leave of absence. But I did miss you guys. I miss you guys a lot.
Yeah. We're here, and we're the best.
We're here and we're the best, and we definitely, you're here and you're the best. So Hotep to you, Mentee Hotep.
Tua.
Yes, absolutely. We know that this matrix is real, and the illusion that it creates on, and this is why, you know, the prevalence on what wealth is, and within the past few weeks of the class, and reestablishing and making sure that we always overstand and keep that as the foundation, because the illusion will, you know, can definitely push you into another direction, and it's unfortunate that this is the way that the system has been set up, but it's nothing that the Natiru don't have the power to overcome. And you were definitely a reflection of that. And, you know, we're all here together with you, as you always have been there with us. And you know that, you know, it's just a message away. So Hotep and Tua to you for
Hotep.
any. Yes, Tua.
Yes, it is the unwavering discipline. Because I could have done a lot of different things to put me in the position to where I needed to be in for survival mode, but it is that unwavering discipline bringing me back to Ma'at, letting me know that that's the matrix.
Absolutely. So Tua, for being here with us and for expressing your ETYMOLOGY and for letting us feel you. So Tua, and much love and appreciation to you, Minty Hotep. Definitely glad to see you. So Tua. All right. On to yes, go ahead. Hotep.
Oh yes, I was gonna say Nani brother, and Tua for everyone holding the light in the shrine of my sanctuary in my absence. It really means the world to me.
Always. All right, let's go to the one who's sitting underwater somehow perfectly fine, breathing. Hotep.
What's up? Yeah, that's, well, just like Minty was saying, first off, before I give my HERU to Brother Primordial, just giving adoration to Minty, because when those quote-unquote step backs happen, the Matrix would want you to be a coward and hide, you know, and just say that's it. But your ability to come forward, like Tua for that, Tua for the courage and showing your resilience. And it is truly something and beautiful to watch the process of Ma'at steep in you, as deep as your blood, as deep as the Ankh itself, and that no matter how far you go, you feel it tingling in your blood. So wonderful to see you back and the new strength that you gain from that. And one way or another, you know, we're all being tested. And if we weren't great, that's what greats do. Greats are tested. So it's a part of the process. And they're Primordial. Wonderful class. You have this way of bridging the past with the present. You make Ma'at so contemporary to today with the way that you draw forth the Sebai, and you just sprinkle it in. Like, it's like I'm taking a walk through a day, and you know, Morgan Freeman is like the narrator for the commercials. It's like it's Primordial, but it's like Ma'at, just all these little things just touching on. It's really, you make it really palatable. You make it really easy, and you just, yeah, it's like Ma'at just dissolves into everything. So you really have a magnificent job of ability of doing that. And you also have this very potent way of being just as much a teacher, a Sab, and a student. So you're coming forward and you do both so well that, again, it just is something that is very beautiful about this platform. And as we're still figuring stuff out, we're teachers. You know, like, I don't know if you ever asked yourself that prior to that, like, you're teaching, like you're dishing it out, and while you're figuring it out, you know, it's like you got 6 plates in your hand and you're still serving, you're still cooking. So I have to give you your credit and your dua for that, indeed.
Appreciate that, Grace, Sister Sharika. Definitely a joy to see you here on the panel again. Tua for those Nefer words. You know, words like those give you energy to continue to stay in your practice, continue to just keep moving forward and visualizing what you would be a year from now or 5 years from now if you just stay consistent. So Tua for that. I appreciate that. That gives me life, that gives me energy, and just Wonderful words. I appreciate you, great sister.
Yes, just to echo the appreciative, gratitude energy. Thank you for those kind words. You never really know how much you're gonna affect and impact somebody with just a kind gesture. So Tua for that, Henu, Sister Sherika.
Yeah, that's part of the coming forward, and when we look at the Pau and when we look at the ancestors, that's all they're doing. And that's a muscle that we all have. It's just underdeveloped, right? Because we're being robbed from, we're being stolen from so much. That's not our default nature. It isn't to fight. It really isn't. So with the situation of the Medu Netter Mondays no longer being there is a gap. We don't have those Mondays. We don't have that kickstand on our bike to say, okay, we got Saba on Saturday, and then okay, Monday we're gonna have another podcast. Like, no, now it's on us. It really is on us to find ways to not only stay connected to the knowledge, but also stay connected to one another and each other. And that's the really beautiful thing, you know. As much as things go on this, how does Saba say it? Negative electron repelling realm. I know on the double realm, we're building some nice stuff over there. That's all I gotta say. And it's just sticking with it and staying in the Marie and staying in the love, and those things will begin to manifest on this realm. But you know, it's this quote unquote physical world that's always last, right? Because our minds and our process has been hijacked. We're looking for the end goal, but we're not connected to the process. We're not connected to the discipline day in, day out, and that's what we're building. And for me, I feel like we're on a roller coaster, and you know, it's like a slow ascent up, and then at a certain point, we're just gonna go, and we're just gonna take off. So, for everybody watching, everybody staying connected.
Yeah, I feel you on that roller coaster. We're just going higher and higher and higher, and it's just like click, click. With every click, it's gonna be so great when we get to that moment where everything gets released and we're doing it. And it's a lot of work in the process, but I appreciate every step and every opportunity that I get to grow.
Indeed, and I mean, we already got the woo, we already got the drop ready. That's already in place, so it's gonna be beautiful for it to come, you know, to come over. And I show up on the panel when I can, but it's something so different about the House of Aten is that when you hit subscribe, it's more than subscribing. Like being involved. Like almost every day, I'm thinking like, what can I do? What can I actually do? You know, what can I give to Saba, or what can I put? Like it just makes you want to be more active and not consuming and leeching, right? Which is what we're doing with most of the YouTube channels, right? We're just leeching, but here it's like, nah, like we're not leeches. We are Hepra, we're beetles, we're meant to fly, and that requires a destination. So just being molded by the process is very Nefer, and that's why it's different here.
Just being in service of our great teacher, Saba Tehuti, being in service of House of Aten, it's the greatest honor. It's the honor of, besides being a mother, it's the greatest honor I've ever known. So, Henu to the Natiru.
Yes, Henu to the Natiru, Henu to all the great Senu, the great brothers and sisters of the House of Aten, and everyone who's watching this, and those who are watching on the playback. You know, this is something that can only exist when Ma'at is present at the foundation. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So Tua for everyone here on the panel for just being representations of that, and just the purity and just the neferness that's just exuding on the screen. So Tua, everyone, and we'll welcome the lovely Gabriela Lopez. Tua for the sisters for stepping up and coming to the panel. Hotep, Tua, peace and love.
HOTEP, can I be heard?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. All right. Well, it's great to be here. I know I haven't been really jumping on lately, and I feel like life has really given me a surprise, and just it's been busy. It's been busy between just trying to break free of the matrix but still having to be in the matrix. It can be very overwhelming at times, and just different things that pop up and things like that. But I'm glad to be here. This was a phenomenal class, as all of the past classes are, with not just Primordial, but with everybody. And so, it was very interesting that Minty said that she needed to hear it, because in a sense I felt like I needed to hear it. There was certain things that Primordial said that really hit my ebe, and made me realize, like, yeah, we need to start doing our rituals. We need to faithfully, we need to take them seriously, because the people in power take them very seriously and believe it to the core of them. So why not us? We have been given the opportunity and the ability to learn this knowledge. So if we are able to learn everything else that the Matrix tries to implement heavy into our lives, why can't we implement and learn as easily this knowledge that can only benefit us in the long run, that will only take us higher, that will make us be powerful, and really open our eyes to what our highest potential can be. And of course, the material shows us what we can be, the potential that we have. And you always hear people say, like, "Oh, I see the potential in you," or we may even tell people, I see the potential in you. And I don't think we really understand that. I think that these classes and Saba giving us the knowledge has really opened my eyes to how powerful we really are, and how the Matrix has taught us that we're only human. And it's just eye-opening. It just really is. And like I said, these classes, the breakdowns, the build-ups, they leave me speechless, and they are constant reminders of what do I need to cut out of my life that is useless, that does nothing for me, that serves no real purpose for me, and what can I implement more from the teachings, from this knowledge, so that I can be unstoppable, so that my children can tap into that power, so they can see, so they can start ahead of me, ahead of where I'm at, because the sooner they can get into this, the sooner they can realize who they are and what they can do, and the teachings and the nefer things that come out of all this. And just like, all of you are just nefer people. How Primordial said, you guys are, we all are strangers, quote unquote, but we're far from that. We are far from that, and it's truly it's truly such an effort thing to be in, to discover, to learn, and to be submerged in. So Primordial, thank you for this class. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see you, how you develop your skills in these classes and teaching, and for everybody else as well, and including myself, because you, everybody that's teaching is just an example. We look at teachers in schools and we say, wow, they teach our children, but they're not really teaching them. They're really not. And everybody that gets up here and teaches even one class, well, you're really teaching us. You're really teaching us, and that takes a lot of courage, a lot of energy, a lot of strength, and a lot of time. So thank you to all who get up here and teach, because I see how much work goes into it, and it's not an easy thing, but the rewards is amazing, not just for the person who's teaching them, but for all of us. So thank you to all of you, and definitely, again, very grateful to be here. And Primordial, definitely proud of you. Keep going. It's only up from here.
To you, my wonderful Naterd, I appreciate you for keep being the neb of the house while I'm in these studies, because that goes a long way. You got the children running around and everybody. There's a lot to do, and I appreciate giving that time to be in the studies as I'm doing these presentations, because it takes up a lot of time, and while you keeping everything lifted up, it allows me to be able to be focused in order to do these things. So it's more than just you are a part of the presentation, just as much as I'm implementing, because without you supporting my Djed, I could never create this in the timely fashion that I need to do it in, and to be able to be structured in that, and to be able to zone in, and to be able to do that. So that goes a long way, that you supporting my Eve and allowing me to be able to do this without any interruptions. That's never to me. So Henu and Tua to you for being all that you are, and I appreciate you.
All right, very Nefer. Let's give the sisters a round of applause, just for being exactly who they are. So let me get up my sound bite. And what you said, Primordial Thought 9, is absolutely true, and I can speak from that perspective as well. And we see that a lot, and in the Matrix teaches you so much about the dynamic between male and female, and seen it in the chat too, that you see there's a war between that. People definitely promote that. So whenever you're able to, as someone who is putting together something that is being brought forth, and that which is beneficial, to be able to focus in on that, and all of to be able to really bring that forward without without having any distraction, it just goes to show the dynamic of the connectivity between the hands that hold up the djed, and it's so very necessary, and it makes you extremely grateful for that. So Henu and Tua for the sisters who are imbued within the A'ut and see and have the Ma'ah, the vision to see what is transpiring in real time, and what's necessary and the sacrifices that are needed to be made to be able to bring forth and reestablish a nation, and the parts that each individual person has to play, especially in these early stages of bringing something so huge back into fruition within real time here today. So Henu and Tua to the sisters who are supporting and just being great representation of the Naturts. That, of course, is the same word for the divine eye, having that eye to see. So Tua and Henu. Yes, as we continue to keep pushing forward, moving forward, and breaking boundaries and overcoming limits and transmuting Isfet into Ma'at. Just like how you said, Minty Hotep, the uprise, there will come a point in time where the payoff is going to be so amazing whenever we're able to see the youth being raised up and brought up outside of all of what we're having to work through, all of what we're having to change, and they won't have those problems. They won't have those situations and those limitations, and they'll be able to truly be themselves and express from their ebe and be supported and be praised for that which you do and be rewarded for that. And that's going to be so amazing. So everyone here now who is at the early stages of, again, just bringing forward something that is complete opposite of what is present today. This is the only space right here. And we're starting from ground zero and building brick by brick, right? Brick by brick, and creating the Aku and reestablishing greatness and Akhir on the planet. Again, by doing what the great brother Primordial brought forth and showing through the teachings of Mary Kara and emulating the forefathers and the foremothers, doing what they did. And when we read the papyruses and we see the Hindu and what everyone was doing, and I haven't seen a papyrus of an argument. I just haven't seen it, but I would love to see it. If anyone has any museum number papyrus of there's, something like that other than just the Hindu and the praise and the support and everyone establishing themselves in the positions and doing it because they want to and because they understand that they're reflections of the Natiru. So Tua and Hindu, peace and love. Tua, if you all support this class, utilize the links. Those who are watching on the playback too, if you learned something, let the great brother Primordial Thought 9 know by supporting the class. And this is how we continue to keep building, reestablishing the reciprocity and understanding that what we give, it will be returned unto you trifold. So if you give all your energy and effort into the matrix is going to make sure that it gives the reciprocity back to you. So stay within Ma'at, stay disciplined, stay consistent. Understand that we are here together, arms locked. No one is by themselves. No one is alone. We're all one, and we're going to continue to keep building. So Tua Hinu, Tua, and yes, peace and love, Tua.
What's up? The real law of one, not the channeled garbage.
Right.
But as Annie, you're giving the share, the one thing I was thinking of and what was really being painted, you know, we're at the ground level and there's so much, the lotus, the papyrus, the shechet, all these plants, right? And for any plant to grow, if you hear any pops, is there's fireworks going on, so don't worry, I'm fine. But when you see a plant, we see the finished product. When we see a tree, right, we see the bloom, we see the trunk. But before that, it was a seed, and there was roots growing underground for a long, long, long time. Nothing appeared. And that's the process that we're at now, is that we planted something and we're fertilizing it. And once that first bud comes out, it's great. But before that, you know, it just seems like it happened all of a sudden, but it's something that does take time and process. And the fact that those plants are the things that give us oxygen and give us life, let us know again that things are a process. It is not a microwave society. You can't nuke Ma'at. You can't make it quick. You can't expedite it, because at the end of the day, if we're a fetus in a womb, we most certainly want as much of that 9-month period as we can get, because we're going to get the most nourishment. We're going to get the most love. We're going to get the most that we get from our mothers in the womb. And that's really what this process is. And that's what birth really is. So I would love for things to be fast, but that, even for me, there's times when I'm like, okay, it's just the flow of nature is beyond my comprehension as a person. And I just have to trust the Sebai, trust Ma'at, trust the Medu, and just continue to follow the path, you know.
Absolutely, 100%. And just to speak about that little seed, that's, you know, we get it out the mud, and that's the real definition of getting it out the mud.
I like that. You might have to sample that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not
Yeah.
pretty. It's not pretty. It's not this this glorious transmutation of energy where there's beams of light and rainbows and stars. It's not that. It's in the mud. It's dirty. It's grimy. It's gritty. It's you know, at times it's very disappointing. It's all of those emotions. But at the end, it produces. If you just stick to it, you just keep on fertilizing the soil and giving it love, your plant's going to grow, and the hardship can't last forever.
Go
We
ahead.
live on a planet. Yeah, we live on a planet. Plants within that. So there's no
Absolutely.
no getting out of that.
Yeah, I always found that hilarious, you know, looking at a lot of these spiritual channels, and, you know, it's just like, oh, with the light flowing, and you see these nice colors. It's just like all soft and smooth. And it's like, that right there is the most illusionary matrix. There is nothing about that deals with examining within you and figuring out what part of the matrix has planted itself within you and hid itself and has been exercising through you. It's a war process. Definitely. It's definitely
No
a battle.
weapons. No weapons. Just your positive affirmations and a smile.
You know,
Yes, it's definitely a war. There's a war going out here. It's a spiritual war. Just like Sister Gabriela said, you know, with the teachers teaching their teaching in the public schooling and the schooling, that's where the war begins. Well, actually, the war begins from the moment you take your first breath, but that's where the combat really begins, because you get fed all of this information that forms your your neural pathways into thinking, and that's when you start to build the links and associations between the ISFET within the ISFET, and those things become normal to you. Things that are not normal, things that are not indigenous to people. We get force-fed all of this stuff in the schooling system. So by the time you want to break out of this matrix, you have to reprogram yourself. And as I mentioned earlier, untether yourself from all of these energies that have attached themselves to you. And it's not easy. And that's the part where you plant your seed, your consciousness, into the chem, and you just stay consistent, and then you blossom.
Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely one of the major keys. And being able to have the Seba'it as a reference, as a guide, as a foundation, truly is, without that, it would be complete losslessness. Absolutely. Trying to figure out, and because there's so many different routes that you can go to get to one place, but without the Seba'it, having to figure it out, I'm just so very thankful for that. It's a beautiful thing. Perspective is perception. It's observation. It's the ma'ah, and the process that some people may find a piece of dung as isfet or nastiness or ugh, but we understood that and put it within the rebirth of Kepara and seeing the beetle push and it growing, it being able to push something that weighs far more than it, and it being able to direct by connecting to the sun by using a little ball of feces. It's beautiful to be able to take that which, whatever our environment is, and be able to sift through and use the ma'ah to find the beauty in the process, and each step that's taken to be able to get you to where you need to be. And we're always going to be put in positions that demands growth. When if you say you want to be a netter, it's not gonna, here you go, yep, you're it. Like, no, it's and I always said, and I always tell everyone who comes in, once you find ma'at, now it gets even now you have to become far more precise, far more disciplined. Now you can't make excuses for yourself. You can't procrastinate. Now you have to, whatever you say you're going to do, you have to do that thing, because now you're holding yourself accountable for all the things that you say that you want. So it's definitely a challenge once you come into this frequency, because it's like pouring peroxide. It starts removing all of that, which is, like the great sister Gabriela Lopez said, that's not necessary, that's not beneficial, and it's just a beautiful thing. It's a difficult process, but the difficulties that come forward no longer become that once it clicks, and once something happens that shows you to where you prove to yourself that thing that was once a challenge for me, that almost broke me, it's nothing now. I can do that at the drop of anything. I can just do it now. It's no challenge at all. What once took me this long to do, now I get it done like this. And I remember sitting in that space where it's like, man, I feel like giving up. Man, I feel like not doing this no more. Like, how much longer can I continue to keep doing this? But each day, each step, keep moving, And next thing you know, you've done surpassed that, and you reflect and you look back and you're like, man, I can't believe I was I was thinking like that. I can never think like that again, because I've done proven to myself that when I'm in that space, when my back's up against the wall, now I have to prove to me that I am who I say I am. And I am who I say I am, because others also say that that's who I am. And that's the beauty of being in such an environment like this, where you're not just dependent upon what you say. No, I'm reverberating to you what I see in you and what I see you doing. And it's just a beautiful thing. So Henu and Tua to all the great members of the House of Aten and everyone you see here. And this is what we do. So Netter Axe is up, and keep chopping.
Chop wood, carry water. Something for me, I'll share that helps me in and day out, and it's really every morning, is the standard is raw. Every single day, the sun rises and the sun sets. Every day, even when I wasn't even conscious of Ma'at, Ra's been doing the same thing every time. No vacation, no I'm tired, miss the alarm. Like, no, it's that level of consistency that's possible. That's within our reach. So that is always something that helps realign me and re-solidify me. And as well, everyone's in the matrix, right? Everyone, we have sort of these parasites, these mental parasites, these things in our energetic field and just in our mind. And the matrix feeds on shame, right? That's why advertising works. You're lacking something, so go buy this thing and you'll be complete, when we're already complete to begin with. So as we Pekka Mku and we separate, what I say is take those pains and bring that forward in our story and in our victory. You know, like, I have nothing to be ashamed about. I'm gonna claim all of my pains and I'm gonna heal them, and that's what I'm gonna bring forward and share to other people. That's where our perfection is. The perfection is not that we never made a mistake, it's that we have these errors, these isfets, these mistakes, and we're able to correct them. And then we can show one another that, hey, you know, 2 months ago, I wasn't so consistent, but now I'm consistent. And that's what builds the commonality, right? Because oftentimes we feel like if someone's special, they're perfect, but we don't see that process. So that's the beautiful thing about the space and the community, and just, you know, having self-compassion for those mess ups, and allowing that be our victory going forward.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. That's what I love about this community, and that's what I hold very dear about Saba Tehuti, is that he has his magnitude of allowance. It's so nefer. You know, he will allow you to. It's not like he's some sort of authority. Of course, he is an authority, but he doesn't have that energy where what you're doing is he just gives you that allowance to make mistakes, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's very beautiful, because we are in our purification stage where we are Pekka Mkuing. So there are things that need to be addressed and things that need to be examined and fixed. But like you said, Sherika, it's not the microwave mentality. These things take time because they are deeply implanted into our subconscious. So to go in there and extract Isfet in overnight, it's not going to happen. It's a process. And I'm just very grateful for our Saba Tehuti and for this community, for the allowance that we bring into this space.
Yes, Hotep Henu, Ma'at HERU. Very beautiful discourse here that everyone gets the benefit of being a part of, who is watching. So, Tua, And I'll go through and I'll show the support that came through. Cash App, House of Aten, PayPal as well. And if you do not have those sources, then you can go to houseofaten.org and support the movement. Send in a donation so we can continue to keep building the way that we're doing. We have the talent show next Sunday, so I hope to see you all coming in, and just reach out this week and let us know if you want to be a part of the talent show. There will be a prize winning at the end, and there's no entry cost, so you can just if you want to show up and give us some of your ka, please do. We definitely always encourage that. We love the creatives, we love the artists, we love the speakers, we love the supporters. Whatever it is, we support all of it because we need everyone. So looking forward to that, and the Discord meeting next Friday on the 31st. Hope to see you all there as well. And Wisdom Wednesday classes have been moved to Fridays. We just had our past Friday class, and we'll have another class this Friday coming up. And then the next week will be the Discord meeting. So see you all in class Friday, all the great HERU. And so, yes, let me show the support, and then we'll give closing statements and close out. All right. And we will start with the wonderful second duo, Anu and Antu, who sends in $20 for excellent class or sin, PT9. Tua Henu. Tua and Henu, to Anu and Antu, the great moderator that you see here posting the support links, as well as Antu, who is one of the social media managers. So Tua for these two who are doing a fantastic job within the House of Aten and support us in many different ways. So Tua and HOTEP. All right, and next we have the great brother Nook Poo, who sends in 333 for Henu, Netter, Prime, Pesht, 999 to the 9th power, HOTEP, Marie, Ku, Ma'at. Tua to Nook Poo. Great brother, very consistent brother. Yes, Tua for everything that you are participating in, great brother. And let's see, I know May, okay. June, all right, and July. So next, I know you said July, all right. Let me put that on the calendar. Great brother Nook Poo, looking forward to that. All right, and next we have the great brother Oxafet, who sent in 2072 for Henu per Aten, Henu PT9, Henu Fist. Great brother Oxafet, who supports in every way. This great brother is definitely a reflection of consistency. So to our great brother, Oxafet, the calm one with the axe. And lastly, we will show the lovely sister who's on the panel, the great mate to PT9, Primordial Thought 9, Gabriela Lopez, who sends in 1111, the double door. To Gabby for just being who you are and supporting our great brother, and also letting us hear your tones of what's going on through your Ebe and we definitely appreciate seeing you on the panel and hearing what you have to say. So Tua for coming forward. All right. July, no lie. All right. All right. Yes, Tua HOTEP, and we'll go around and we'll start with you, Gabby Lopez, and give us some closing words, and then we'll go to Minty and then up to Sherry Ka.
Like I said, it's great to be here. It's an effort to be a part of all this. Thank you to all of you who get up here and teach these classes and level us up every single time, because that's how I feel after all the classes and everything. So it's great to be here. Primordial, can't wait to see your next one. Thank you for the reminders always, and definitely very, very proud of you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, that was beautiful, Gabby. Henu to you for holding the neb down while Brother Primordial is doing gathering his information for his presentation. I know it would be a lot more difficult to do that on your own, other than having someone to help you with the neb. So Henu to you, sister. I love all of you. It's very comforting to step away for a moment and then come back with open arms. Sekemku, just remember who you are and what your gifts are, and go towards that. And then I'll just read something from the teachings of Mary Kari. And he who wants for nothing is a wealthy man. To be in service to House of Aten and to Saba Tehuti, like I said, it's the greatest honor bestowed to me besides being a mother. So Henu to the Ntiru for allowing me this experience. And Henu Mary Kes to our great Saba Tehuti. And Neb Nefer Ankh, everything is beautiful in life. House of Aten, forever.
To our sister.
HOTEP, HOTEP. Extremely Nefer chain of Natur wisdom being dropped here. As well, I give Henu for the Natiru for giving this moment in time an opportunity and responsibility to be the absolute best that we can actually be. To have an opportunity of immortality is something that is truly priceless, and the medicine that spills over from this discourse and from this teaching is the power of our presence. The true power of our presence, beyond just showing up in a panel, but how we show up in our lives. And wherever we go, we're carrying Ma'at, we're carrying our Ib, we're carrying our Ku. And those are the things that we keep with us when we're in the matrix. So giving Henu to the Natiru and to the ancestors that carved and scraped into every wall so that we can have those weapons with us in this art of war. May everybody bloom and blossom forevermore. Pa Kem, I am complete.
All right, Tua. Yes, so next week we have a double header special exclusive classes coming forward. So the next week, Monday and Tuesday, we'll go live, and we have classes from Nefer Keperet, and as well as cameras backwards. There we go. Sherika Akira, who will be coming forward and giving some classes and letting the feminine energy come forward. And yes, women teach over here. This isn't we're not in those places, you know, where they tell you, women can't teach. They just sit back and our women teach. And so we have 2 classes next week, 27th, 28th. Something special for everyone here at the House of Aten. So go ahead and put those in your calendar and expect to see us go live on those days, and come support the sisters. And yeah, and while you're here, formerly known as Sherika, if you want to speak a little bit about that, and if you want to let the people know what to expect from you, that'd be great.
I'll save it for the class.
Okay, the suspense is real.
Oh, the suspense.
I'm taking some notes from Sub. I gotta give a little cliffhanger, but yeah.
Excellent. So just come, show up, and you'll see what she has to say and what she has to bring forward. So Tua, everyone, for your consistency, for just supporting. I'll refresh the Gmail. Okay, yes, that's all the support. So Tua, Henu, to you, Minty Hotep, who signed up for the HERU membership on the website. Tua for that, and for supporting these classes. Neb Nefra Ankh, Tua to you, and definitely looking forward to seeing the effects of the training that you're currently going through. So
Not yet, brother.
All right. So yes, everyone stay tuned in with us. Follow us on Discord. Keep you up to date with everything that we're doing. Talent show next week. Artists, bring your tones, bring your poetry, bring your drawings, bring your paintings. If you write stories, bring those. We want to hear those. Yes, come forward with that. And Henu to the great Saba Tehuti, Amenhotep Ra, for being who he is and leading by example. And Tua to the great brothers Minku Ara Mary Ma'at and the Tefrim Kim Ma'at as they're in their travels. Get back to your safely. Henu to your A'uts. And Henu to all the animals that support each person here who have animals. Henu to all your animals. And yes, just looking forward to everything that we're doing and just seeing the growth and the expansion and being able to build something to where we can depend and support ourselves off of what we're doing here. And that is the goal, and we will reach that. So Hotep Henu, Sakim M. Arit, Murder Ka'a, Simu Hatuna Tiru, Pert Int Hetep. I obtain the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the Natiru lead me. I come forth in Hotep. Peace. Great brother Primordial Thought 9, close us out.
Peace, everybody. Appreciate the wonderful Natur energy. The goddesses are in the building on the panel. Appreciate y'all for just bringing forth that wonderful Heka. Definitely need more of that. Appreciate everybody who showed up today, who's in the chat, who's viewing this. Appreciate just all of that wonderful love and support. Henu to the House of Aten. May we continue to flourish. May we continue to be on the same frequency. Continue to stay on Ma'at forevermore. To the great Saba Tehuti Amun Hotep Ra for just working that Hekau and continue to be consistent in who you are, great Saba. We appreciate you for all that you do in teaching us and allowing us to continue to grow and share this frequency with you. Peace and love to everybody. May you all have a wonderful wonderful week, and sending good energy to the great Nefer Kepharet and Sharikal on your teachings. May your Ka come forth, and may you have that energy, have that courage, have that strength, have that just your words in line and in order and just flow. And may your Eve shine. May your Eve come forth. And Henu and Tua. Appreciate everybody once again. Appreciate you, great brother. Ani Ptah, Tehuti, always great brother. Appreciate you, man, for always creating and just giving us opportunities to making it easier for us to spread these type of workings and spread the teachings and continue to live for the Natiru. Shouts out to the House of Aten. May we continue to, do our best to do our best. May Ra grant you and your family's health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at. And may you all rise and come forth as conscious light like the divine Ra who rises and shine forevermore in Ma'at. HOTEP.
HOTEP. Great Minty HOTEP. Why don't you close us out with the affirmation?
I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Yes, HOTEP. I would be honored to. Okay, here we go. On the count of 3. Anki Ma'at. MS. Nintet Aset Ma'at. Min Habapet Ma'at. Her Inhukui. Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
Yo, let's go.
Shed. Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting reads so shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, it had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of states effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed.